Capital
Yeah,
P.
yeah.
This is 50, man. Rocking with Esso and Heineken, man. Thank you for rocking out with us, man.
Thank y'all for having me. That's love. That's what it is.
What's it been like since you've been back home, man?
Man, just trying to adjust back to mainstream society. You know, it's so much different since I've been going. Not only just coming home at this age of time and things going on in the world. Just, you know, with the coronavirus and so many different things going on. State our people in with our youth and so many our people getting killed and shot by these police. And it just come home in a different state of times and a different. When I transcended back to society, transformed back to society, it's a different world, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to take it a day at a time and adjust. Not only just returning home, but returning home to this state and what's going on. So, you know, I caught on, though. Ain't no trying to figure it out. Either you're going to figure it out or you ain't. Ain't no whole lot of time to figure it out. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm out here.
So how long were you down for?
I did like 9 years and 4 months. I got sentenced to 120 months, 121 months to be exact, 10 years. But like towards the end of my bid, while my appeal was in, I wrote my own motion for and got immediate compassionate release due to the coronavirus, because the facility that I was being housed at the time at Hampton, Ohio, was one of the top 3 facilities for the pandemic, worst for the pandemic. The virus that was so high at the facility, because I made it to a low. I started at USPs and the pens. By the time I worked my way down to the low, you know, it's cube. It was 3-man cube. The jail was so overcrowded because they took a 2-man cell and added an extra bunk in it for currency, for they can have for monetary purposes, for they can house more inmates. So now you got 3 people in a cell that originally was made for 2 people. So it was no way to practice social distancing. You got 3 people in a cell. So they had turned the gym into a hospital, the visiting room into a hospital, brought the National Guards in. There's over 46 inmates at the hospital sick. The officers sick. About 11 individuals died. 2 people on my unit died. So I was just paying attention to different motions and different legal work at other prisons that people was using to get released. And I wrote my own motion, implemented some of the things they used in their motions, attached my medical records with it, and going on. And 30 days later, the judge wrote back and gave me immediate compassionate release and terminated my sentence. Even though I still had about 7, 8, I ain't had that much left, but 7, 8 months. Any day out early.
Any day out quicker, exactly.
I go home an hour early. They talk about, well, man, when you finna go home, go pack your stuff. Pack my stuff. I'm packed. Let's go. I don't need to grab nothing. Open that.
He's like, I'm out.
Ain't nothing to pack. Let's go.
And so then, like, what's the transition like from now? You've been down for almost 10 joints. Where's it to? I would thought, with Corona, you would just get acclimated, but now you really running full-fledged with the music. Like, where's that coming from?
Cause I always knew when they opened up the door, I wanted to hit the ground running. You see what I'm saying? It's like, depending on what you do with your bid, depending on what's gonna happen when you get on out here. So it's like 2 individuals could be sentenced to 5 years, but depending on what you did for 5 years, it's gonna depend on your success on the streets. You might want to play cards and just hooped and worked out your whole 5 years. Then you got another individual might be doing his LLCs, might be putting his game plans together, might be doing music. So now when you touch, you hit the ground running. As opposed to this guy, his first 5 years on the street really turned his 5-year bid into a 10-year bid, because his first 5 years on the streets is trying to figure out what he want to do, because he ain't used that time while he was down to plan. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was behind the wall, I used that time to develop my care, and my time was still being valued. But I knew I was going to be back in mainstream society. It wasn't no time to be wasted. So I just tried to implement that in my everyday lifestyle while I was down, and turn into like a college. Instead of incarceration, I turned it into positive preparation. You know what I'm saying? I looked at all the good men that been down. Some of the most influential Black men in our society was once in prison, from Martin Luther King's and Nelson Mandela's to Cassius Clay's, Muhammad Ali's, to Chairman Fred Hampton. So it's just so many individuals that made impacts in our society that was once in prison. Just a 50 Cent, this is 50. 50 was down. Like, you just look at what individuals did when they came home. They ain't let their circumstances determine the outcome. You know what I mean? So that's why I was just focused. I know I was going to get on the side. It was going to be time to take off. This is 50. Things like this, music. And I tried to listen to what was going on, too, while I was behind the wall, if I wouldn't come home out of sync, because the music changed over the years, too. So it's like I could still implement the structure and the substance in my rhymes and say what I want to say, but I got to say it a different way for them to be able to grasp the way things have changed. You know what I mean? So, and then, when I first came home, I couldn't just jump right in the water with the view that I did, but, I got to see what they wearing now, what they talk about, what's the new spots. I got to live life a little bit before I jump in the water. I got to see what's going on. Gotta take a couple trips. I gotta let that air hit me. I gotta, you know what I mean, put that jump out that one. I gotta feel it again. You know what I mean? So it ain't take long though.
And what's your connection from Chicago to New Jersey? Tell me what that's all about.
Oh yeah, you know when I was short, my mom moved up there, and I was say she first moved up there when I was like 9 or 10. You know, my mom had when she was young, so she moved to Jersey, and after she got situated, she sent for me. So I go up there. I probably went to Jersey like 11. She got first moved to East Orange, and then later on she moved to the Berg County area, Hackensack, Teaneck, Inglewood area. So you know, like if I was in Chicago for the school year, I'd go up there this summer to check my mom. And if I was up there for the school year, I'd go back to Chicago for that summer. If I get tired of being up there, I get in trouble on purpose, so she send me back. I'll do something crazy. Like, I'm sitting here at Chicago. So, but and that's where, you know, when I moved on to Jersey, you know, that's what they was heavy on. You know, you go to school, they battle rapping, we rapping on the street. Like, everybody, like that was big up there. You know, so eventually it just became natural. I started rapping, playing around with it, but they were like, yo, shorty, you nice, yo, you cold with it, you nice with it, you nice with it. So Bink, Humble Monster, Bink was up there. He stayed not too far from me. When the producer named Bink, he was from Richmond,
I know
from North
Bink well,
Carolina.
my dude. I know Bink well. I used to manage Rockwilder, and Bink and Rockwilder is tight. You know what I'm saying? Bink from
yes,
the
his man. Yes, his man.
Yeah.
So I see that Bink crib. Bink had everybody over there just be playing beats, and then Bink just gave me the beat one day. Man, gave me a little beat pack. Try these, right? So I came back. I laid down that Bink kid like, hold on, you got something, don't you? And Bink and he just cuffed me. Bink used to just throw me beats. And the first song I actually did was called Process Procedures at Navarro House at NAV. He a lawyer, great law firm, and he got a business entertainment lawyer now. I was recorded at his house to his beat, and ever since then it was on. When I first heard myself over a track, because you know you rap, but when you hearing yourself coming through the speaker, when
you hear it become a song, is way different from hearing it in the cipher.
Exactly. You know, the cipher is cool, but when you don't put a whole piece together, a song together that's coming back to the thing, it was on from there. That was my getaway right there, the building. Yeah. You know, Jersey, that's my second home, man. Jersey's my second home. I can't mention the rap without mentioning Jersey, because a lot of that is implemented in my flow and in my style. Like if you just heard me rap, you wouldn't automatically say, "Oh, he's from Chicago," because it's like Big Steen. I've been in so many different places.
I heard you've been working with a few people since you've been out. Like who's been taking a liking to you? Who have you reached out with? Who have you collaborated with since you've been out, man?
I just recently my latest single I just dropped with my man Iceberg Vezo. We got a single out called Members, my man from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Me and Vezo actually was on the same yard together. We was in the feds.
Really?
Me and him and Pete, we was in Elkton, Ohio together. Yeah, that was my man. Me and Vezo rocking out every day behind the wall. We was in Elkton, Ohio. Vezo was down there with me. So, you know, we had talked about a couple of things before he left. And when I came home, he did always right. He stood on what he said, you know, and we kept moving like we was moving behind the wall. You know, he stood on what he said, and we was out here, we just rocking. So he threw me alley hoops as soon as I came home. You know what I mean? And me, him, my little cousin Murph, I actually went down there to Detroit. That's when him and Speed Lord One. I went down there to check beds and we went straight to work as soon as I came home. I was like, man, bro, I got
with Chanel too. So you fuck with Chanel too, his manager.
Chanel,
right?
his manager, yeah, Chanel, that's my home.
Yeah, I'm about to call Chanel when I get off this joint. I'm about to call Chanel. You know what I'm saying?
Chanel a workaholic, man. I love they work ethic, man. Chanel ain't taking no days off. Theirs ain't taking no days off, man. They work. So it was like that.
Rich off pints. You know what I'm
Rich
saying?
off pints just dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
We on it.
Every time y'all go tap in with the homie, man. He going crazy on that.
Vessel, we did a dope sit down with Vessel. Like when was it? That's like 2 months ago.
Like 2 months ago. Yeah,
good.
Vessel.
So yeah, I got on the album. Probably gonna have some Bink tracks on. I gotta go back to that to get some Bink tracks on there. Ozone on the track. My man Chase Davis doing some tracks for me.
Okay.
Tapped in with like I said, with Fez. I got a couple other sneaky joints. I'm gonna sneak on there with a couple. But see, I also wanted to give people me. I ain't want to throw a lot of features on the first project I do. As I get it back to Ukraine, was decided I want to do is be able to hear me and hear what I sound like. But at the same time, I got to do stuff with artists that's
I don't
already.
know about that, Capital P. Let me jump in on you, man. Like, when you got a chance to get niggas ears, because we give advice too. So like we don't do just the Q&A. We try to kick it, have a convo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got a chance to get niggas ears though, capital P. If you got the niggas that's gonna go on your records and all that, do that, my nigga. Don't wait. Because what you're doing is the old shit, it's the 10 years ago shit. Let niggas hear me. These niggas ain't interested in that type of shit. Niggas want to know who fuck with you and who you fuck with. If I was you, I'm dropping the Vezo single right now. He put his shit out. He's pumping right now. He fuck with you. You can do shows with him. I wouldn't be playing with that shit, Capital P.
I said, nah. I dropped that demo. That's why I said I dropped that shit. I dropped Members last week, the video out and the song out. Like, nah, that's game. You know, I dropped that shit ASAP. But I'm just not coming home just doing track with everybody. I get on track with. But if you call it genuine, I'm gonna pop on the track there. See, one thing about it getting back out, I gotta jump on dudes. For they be like, well, hold on, who is dude?
Exactly.
Because there you go. 10 years, I got a lot of people that do know me, but then there's a lot of individuals that's not familiar with me. So I got to jump on whatever I got to jump on nigga shit and kill it. Like, man, who is dude? Now that's a whole different fan base. Now they getting back acclimated with me. Now it's like, okay, let me go check into him. But until I got some content, I got to jump on these dudes shit. For now, if you do go check on me, I got something for you to look at. You see what I'm saying?
There you go. That's all I was
That's all you talk.
That's all
y'all hit on the head.
On some personal shit, though, for a nigga that's been down for 10 years, your crib looking tight in the back, your watch looking crispy in the back, you around looking fresh, though. I just got to give you credit where credit is due. I appreciate that, nigga. Jump right back on in like you never left. You know what I'm saying?
He got the ooh-wop.
Nah, man, this is, I ain't got nothing, man. I'm out here trying to get it, man. I'm trying to figure it all out.
I got you. I'm just saying, you got a nice little clean crib in the back. You can't imagine the niggas that we get on this shit. Niggas just, they background be terrible. They don't even understand the whole science behind doing the whole media and what it can do for you. Like, we about to get a plaque. Dude from fucking Def Jam called us yesterday.
For Fredo Bang.
We about to get a plaque for Fredo Bang, because when we did the Fredo Bang joint, and he said, yo, since he rocked with us, he's like, yo, the way y'all set y'all shit up and y'all do y'all rollout, he said Fredo Bang's been up since he fucked with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Get y'all a plaque and shit. And I just see how you swerving with your shit. You here to maximize everything that you got going on, and I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
No, presentation and everything, man. You can't just, like they say, you gotta look like somebody to make somebody. So you can't present yourself to an individual. This is their first time interacting with you, but you might not get no second time. You gotta be, you gotta move accordingly, man. Your presentation is everything, man. So, I'm
one of the things that's the one I really be talking about, and because he taught me this, because I'm more of a creative dude and he more of a business dude. Like, business-wise, what's been the toughest obstacle for you? Because you mentioned LLC, based on how you got yourself an early release, based on the names you've spoken about and how you speak about dealing with everything else. I could tell you think on a different level when it comes to getting money. What's the toughest obstacle?
Excuse me.
What's the toughest obstacle business-wise for you, Capital P, that you had to adjust to coming in?
Man, with these accounts, like for instance, like when I first tried to go and purchase a condo or crib and things of that nature, they want, the check stubs and the W-2 forms for how long. It's like, yo, I've been going a dime. Homie, I just came home 10. I don't got none of this to present to y'all. Like, I'm trying to do this, and that, but I don't got the track record that y'all asking me for because my last 10 been behind the wall. You know, man. Yo, my first month out, homie, I couldn't even get, I ain't have an ID. The jail released me. They ain't give me none of my paperwork. So when I was going to the DMV, it's like, yo, you need your, to get your license, you need your social security card and birth certificate. This. Then when I try to get the birth certificate, well, you need your state ID and you need this to get this. So it was like a catch-22. I'm just out here lingering. I ain't even got no ID. I can't go open up no bank account. I can't go open up my LLC. I can't do nothing. I don't even got nothing to show these people that I'm me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to write to jails. I mean, I don't
want to cut you off. Do you feel like, because you mentioned Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali and all these dudes that was able to catapult from getting out of jail, do you feel like the system is really not set up for black men or men in general to be easily rehabilitated and smoothly go into society?
Absolutely not. system is fucked. There's nowhere near that. It's like, it says for rehabilitation, like this, the jailers, they ain't doing the programs and the schooling that they supposed to do no more. They not really trying to prepare you for mainstream society and take the steps for you to be successful. It's like they deny you a chance to get financially stable after using you as a financial investment for so many years. So now when I return home to society, it's not so much of the time I did, it's the prison label that I got on my head. This felon label that y'all done placed me with. And there's so many platforms and so many things that y'all use in my past. Okay, we live in this crazy world right now, a lot of stuff going on. Due to the fact that I'm a felon, y'all telling me I can't even protect myself. I can't go get a FOIA card. I can't ride with, like, every mother in Atlanta can ride around with a pistol, with a FOIA card, and no license to carry. Yeah. You tell me I can't even carry because I was a felon before. So since I caught a case when I was 18 and 19, I can't protect myself. I can't have a gun and all this shit going on now. You see what I'm saying? It just be little things that people don't pay attention to. I'm on paper for 5 years. So even though I'm back in mainstream society and I got to have my liberation back, I still got to check in with this lady on the regular. I still got to go get y'all a drop on the regular. I still got to tell these people I was gone for this amount of years. It's so much that's against you, but I ain't making no excuses. It's a way around that, but it's on the individual mental, man. It's like the prison reform is so many levels and so many different things that people don't know, man. It's set up for that revolving door.
Yeah, I was about to say, because they want you to come back. Like, they're not going to give you that shit because a nigga like you naturally smart and you chose to do the right thing with your time. They're niggas that get so caught up in just life in the bang and trying to survive in there that they can't even see their future, so they set back. Those are the niggas that they want, like, yo, you gonna be back because you already set up to fail when you come home. You was already setting yourself up to win. Like, my daughter's godfather came up with a trucking and tow company when he was in jail for 7.5 years, nigga, down in Kentucky, one of the worst prisons and all that, knocked the CO out, did wild shit, right? Came home, nigga, worth high 6 figures. Nigga got 3 companies, one in Jersey, one in Pittsburgh, one in Ohio.
Okay.
But he took the time to research it and know how much money he needed. They don't want to start doing that because he came out and other felons' job, taught them how to work for AAA and tow trucks and fix tires and all that. Tell niggas that you don't gotta do the construction shit. You could do this shit at night and have your whole day together. They don't want that, my nigga.
Sure. Now they don't want to think. If you can think, hold on.
Yeah, if y'all really start thinking on the inside instead of battling and formed up, that would be the worst thing for niggas to be dealing with.
It's like all y'all.
Everything I learned in the behind the wall, I learned it from an inmate or life and shit like that. I ain't learned it from the school because we was teaching. When you go to a school and fair, they say they got education building and all that. It's inmates over there teaching them classes. I learned LLCs from an inmate. I learned construction about trucking from another inmate. When I first fell, I was at a USP around all lifers, you know what I'm saying? So that little dime I had, I ain't even talk about that. I'm a short timer. But I got so much gain from these old heads, bro, because they want to see them up and win. They living through you. They want to see you get out on the other side and make some shit happen because they ain't going to get that chance. So it's bigger than me getting back out here. It's homies that ain't coming home. So it's bigger than me just out here. I got to reach back for them same dudes, you know what I'm saying, that gave us trust. And one thing I noticed, you know, I was wild and I was like, I did a bid before. I called my body when I was like 18. I said 4 years fighting that and got acquitted of them charges. And then came home and the Fed grabbed me. I just did a dime. So I really going when I was a shorty too. The state and the feds is 2 different things too. It's like in that federal institution, like far as the business thing and the money, like the trucking you talk about, it's dudes that's sitting around and building on this type of shit all day. And you with dudes from all around different countries, different states. So it's different connections. That shit like it's a politics at an all-time high. So you can link in with different dudes in different cities, different states, different countries. Ain't no reason to come home without no plan. You around too many individuals with a bag, too many individuals that been doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no excuses, man. Whatever you trying to do, it's dudes you can link up with in there that help you make that happen when you get on the other side. So I can hit this state off relationships that I built while I was gone. You just got to know what individuals to deal with. You can't just, it's all about who you surround yourself with. I don't entertain no bullshit conversation. All that gangster shit, but I'm with all that. Yeah, I'm a stepper, but that shit old, bro. What the fuck wrong with this? I'm trying to get some bread. I'm trying to get some generational wealth. I'm trying to get out and stay out. See, getting out is just part 1. Staying out is part 2. Yeah. I ain't worried. A lot of dudes talk. I can't wait till I come home. Nigga, what you finna do? You can't wait to get home. You can't wait. Oh, what you finna get out to be in the nigga way, man? If you go, just a lot of dudes going home being in the way, bro. Like you waiting to get home.
You're gonna get home. You're gonna be in
the nigga way.
You going out there
crazy,
the way,
son.
bro? Nah, son. No motherfuckers is in the way. You can't wait. You thirsty to get home to do what? You ain't even got no plan, homie. You finna reroute and slide back in here. You need to sit down and get your thoughts together when they do open the door. You know how to move, nigga. You thirsty to get home and you ain't even worried about what you finna do when you get home. You know what I'm saying? These people, you finna go home and get these people away.
Yo, Pete.
Some people couldn't even give them over the answer. A free phone call. That show me what type of individual you was on the side of the street. They could press 5 for free as a prepaid call. They don't want to answer that. You wasn't doing something right on the street, homie. You ain't right. They don't want to answer a free call for you. Nah, I can't mess with you in here because you showing me what type of individual you was on the street. Because they ain't got no type of love for you out there. That means you wasn't right. You was doing some fuck shit. Ain't no way around it. I pay attention to everything. A little bit how you move in here is how you was moving on the other side. So
let's go. What you about to say, S?
What I was about to say is, so tell me about your music. Tell me
go.
about the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know you, and you want me to tap in, what's your vibe? Are you schooling niggas? Yeah, you giving me real drug talk? You giving me better your life talk? Like, what's the vibe on that?
And that's the thing. I can give you all different lanes. I can give you a straight concert joint, and then you'll go to the next song. I can give you some gangster shit, but even with my gangster street shit, I still got some substance in it, and I'm still putting the message in that. You know what I'm saying? Then I can give you the drug talk. You know, that's what I caught my case for. I wasn't doing no faking. I got hit with that. So a lot of these be doing this drug talk, they wasn't even in it. I ain't with all that fake. Everything you get from me gonna be real. Ain't something that I seen down the street or read in the book or my big homie good. I'm giving you what I did. So only thing is now I'm just putting it in the way where they can embrace it, you know what I'm saying, but still be me. I got substance. Everything it's substance in my music, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna paint a picture for you and give you a story. Like the song I just released last week, Free Tang. Tang from Atlanta. It's my old Atlanta that was already called the case with me. I swagged that one out. I started catching my bop a little bit. You know, I said, okay, I caught it. And I'm getting comfortable back with myself again. Where it's like I still came home with bars, but it's a different than just bars.
You gotta work out, nigga. It's like you playing ball. I'm an ex-ball player, right? So I'm playing ball every Monday now. So every Monday I'm getting a little bit better. I'm moving better. I'm shooting better.
Shape.
Yeah, I'm cutting better. So you just getting back in fucking game shape because you can write, but once you hit that bar and you feel like, oh, I still could bounce on this shit. Yeah. I still could do this other shit. Yeah, now I'm gonna move forward. Now I'm getting in my shit.
I got my one shit on. Okay, you know how long it took me to get in a pair of them little jeans? And I said, no, sir. Nigga, I ain't wearing this. These shit's tight as hell. So I try to trick myself and go, I'm finna go wear a sweatsuit. Damn, the sweatsuit's tight too. I said, damn, these
listen, Pete, real shit. Yeah. I had to lose about 60 pounds just to start fitting in them jeans a year ago. Because I would go to the store. I'm like, man, I'm built like a football player. I'm like, yo, S, this clothes don't make sense. He's like, yo, fuck boy, you gotta lose weight.
Lose weight.
He said,
you gotta knock some of that shit off, man.
You can't fight it.
That shit off.
So, you know, that's what it is. So that's why it's crazy now, because when you was out, you know, clothes was different. Now you like,
yeah, shit was big. Yeah, you come on now. That shit, you tripping, bro. Take that shit off. That tee too big. T-shirt too big, pants too big. Take that shit off.
Yo, Pete, what you want to tell the people before we close out, man? This was a dope, you know, interaction we had with you, man.
Oh man, I got a live virtual concert tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern, man. To a live band. I'm going crazy. I'm giving y'all a story. Got interviews in between for those that don't know. So you get to see me perform live. You get the interview from me. I got the beard. I got my LLC, my big beard gang, all coming out on this later on this Monday. I'll be able to purchase that big beard gang. I got the non-for-profit. You know, so I try to prevent the youth from running into the same brick walls I ran. This was called the Rich Program, raising individual children to be heroes, and it's focusing on teen fathers and students between like freshmen and seniors in high school. And you go on Kapitol P Music.com kapitol.com and get any of my latest material that I'll just drop, and you can follow me on Capital_P. The capital P, before I left, my name is Freeze Don P. They call me Don P in the street. I changed the capital P, which stands for killing all previous ignorant thoughts of life. But I ain't want to be the same individual I was when I went in when I came home, so I rebranded that. So when you hear the capital P, that's the breakdown on that. Members is out featuring Icewear Vezo. That dropped. That video is out. That's downloading on all platforms. I just dropped another video, Free Tang, Poo Tang, the home in Atlanta, and I got to free them all with my uncle, the chairman Fred Jr., stemming from the Judas and Black Messiah movie. Yeah, you know that's
that movie.
Yeah, I did a song that with my uncle, the chair. You know that's the uncle, the chairman. Fred Hampton is my uncle. To being the chairman Fred Jr., we did a track called Free Them All. What I did, I got the chairman at the beginning, me rapping in the middle, and then I got the chairman Jr. at the end, so you get all the generations on one track together. So I painted a picture on that. That video is out now too, and that's available on all platforms. Free them all.
That's capital P with a K. Don't get it twisted. You heard me?
Yeah, I'm just warming up. We out here jumping and turning shit up. Y'all already know.
Your respect, man. We appreciate this, man.
It was great talking to you, Capital P, and I hope, everything that you're looking for, I hope that you receive it. You just keep working hard, keep your mind right like it seemed like it is, and you're going to get what you're looking for, my G.
Ain't no question. Lord, thank y'all for having me, though.
No doubt.